Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing the cabin air filter retrofit in my 2003 Toyota Land Cruiser because Toyota did not fit a cabin air filter to their flagship SUV as standard. I guess it just sucks knowing they could have done it. They could have put cabin air filters in every single one of these, but they deliberately chose not to. Anyway, we've got the cooler cover, the cooler cover door, and OEM filters. Part numbers in the description, so you can buy it all in one place. I'm not going to be demonstrating the actual wrench turning. I'm gonna assume you know how to do that, but I'm gonna show you what you need to take off, how to put it together, all that stuff. Should be pretty simple. All right, first thing you're gonna do is open the glove box like that, and you're gonna see two screws, one there and one there. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and unscrew those and pop that door off. Once you've got the glove box door off, the next thing you're gonna wanna remove is this little thing right here, okay? This is what it looks like. It's this like plastic cover. You've got one screw here, and I'm actually missing it, but there should be another screw here. And there's one more screw just kind of like under there, all right? So for me, it's a little easier. I'm just gonna pop these two off. You're probably gonna have that, so you're gonna have to take all these three screws out. Once you get those screws out and you kind of wiggle this thing out, you're gonna see two plugs that are connected. So obviously you're not gonna be able to get this out until you unplug them. Go ahead and disconnect those and just set this thing out of the way. All right, so I actually found it a little easier to disconnect this one here on the left, the white plug, and go ahead and leave this one plugged in, but this little plate, if you want to call it that, just sort of pops out. You can see where it just disconnects. So I just sort of unclipped that, wiggled it out. I found that to be easier. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do, we gotta take this thing off, but before we do that, we gotta remove, I believe this is the antenna relay. So there's two screws. We're just gonna go ahead and take that off. So the cover's out. You'll see there's just several screws holding it in, and it pops out, and you're gonna have to wiggle it kind of like, here, let's zoom out, yeah. You're gonna have to wiggle it like down and pull it out this way. First of all, wiggling the original cover out, kind of a pain in the butt, not gonna lie. Second thing is, if you're still on the fence about doing this upgrade, look at all that. That is 20 something years, well, about 20 years of just unfiltered gunk collecting in my car, completely unmitigated. So very excited to have clean air, but yeah, highly recommend this upgrade. Be careful though, because we've had some collateral damage, so some sharp objects, a lot of plastic. Just be careful, take your time. I yanked a little too hard on it and cut myself, so yeah, don't do that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, and then I'm gonna actually just start putting the new cover on. You can see there's the slot. That's where the air filters go. All right, one sec. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you my pretty disgusting yet somewhat effective method for clearing out this slot, because this is right where your filters are gonna go, so you kind of want this to be clean. I just stuck a wet paper towel in there like that. Just gonna take a wrench, kind of jam it in there, and then kind of scoop it out. All right, and you just kind of pull it out, and there you go. You can see more stuff's falling out, but it's starting to look better in there. So, you know, that's kind of the point. A little tip I have, it's not all the way in yet, and you don't have to do it this way. This is just how I did it, but once I got it like most of the way in, and I'm still struggling to line up the screw holes. This thing's kind of a pain in the ass, but I went ahead and just reattached the antenna relay because there's just one less thing dangling in my way, you know, just get it secured. So you can do that if you want. You don't have to. It's not like required for this procedure, but that's what I did. Once you get everything lined up, I'll show you. This screw here, well, the bracket here, one of the screws goes in there. That's gonna be your worst enemy. It was the hardest one to get out. It's gonna be the hardest one to put back in. So I would do every single other screw first and just do that one last. It's gonna suck, but you'll get it done. All right, so once you got your cooler cover installed, you've got your antenna relay screwed back in, this is next. So all you're gonna do, pretty much, go ahead and slide these into that little slot. Make sure that they kind of go in straight. It should drop down. All right, so there they are at both ends. So basically on a Land Cruiser 100 series, you've got two filters. One of them drops in, kind of slides down. The next one kind of slides in right over the top of that. So that's what you're looking at here. That's the bottom one, that's the top one. Bottom one, as you saw, caused some debauchery, some chaos even. But you know what? It eventually went in, and it should click into place. You'll see. It's not that complicated. All right, next thing we're going to do is install our little cover, which is probably the easiest part of all of this. So just gonna pop that into place. There you go. Oh, that's what it should look like. I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall the glove box and the little plastic cover that goes here. I'm also gonna clean some of this up. Look at that grime. And then if you look at this, you see layers of like pollen and dust from all the years. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up really quick before I put everything back together. But yeah, we're almost done here. So just to demonstrate why it's important to take your time and be careful here. This is the old cooler cover. And there's a tab that completely broke off, and that was from me yanking too hard on it. I suspect that's what cut me. Anyway, yeah, take your time, go slow, don't do what I did. This is the old one, so it's going in the garbage anyway. But just be very careful not to do something like this to your new one, because you will really be having a bad day. All right, so I basically took this inside, kind of rinsed it off in the sink, soap and water. Was that necessary? I don't know. Who cares? I did it anyway. Make sure to plug everything back in before you put this back together. And then, yeah, we're just gonna screw this back in, be good to go. And that pretty much does it, guys. I don't think I need to show you how to put the glove box door back on. That part's pretty easy. This is probably one of the top 5 things you should do to your Land Cruiser right after you get it, unless it comes on these weird 20-inch chrome wheels, in which case it's probably top 6. But yeah, great upgrade. You know, I won't have to keep cleaning pollen off of my dash. I live in North Carolina, so highly inconvenient to not have those. So really good mod. It's probably about $100 all in, I think is what it cost me for all the parts. Like I said, all of the parts links will be in the description, so go ahead and check those out. I hope that you got something out of it. Yeah, until next time, thanks guys.